Americans are growing tired of the Duke and Duchess of Sussex victim narrative, a royal commentator has said. GB News royal correspondent Cameron Walker told the Daily Express Royal Roundup podcast the public believe they have heard it all before in a discussion about what the Duke's new book might include. The memoir comes after a series of claims were made in the Sussexes' Netflix documentary series Harry and Meghan. Recent polling by the Daily Express shows 89.6% of respondents would not read the book while 10.4% would. People were asked whether they will read the memoir when it is officially released. Asked if the polling reflected a feeling among the public that they have heard it all before, Mr. Walker said, possibly, perhaps, the British public in particular, but also to some extent the United States, are growing wary of this narrative that I'm the victim and my life is terrible, living in a $10 million mansion in Montecito, California. Royal expert picks huge hole in Prince Harry's leaked claims with very obvious points. Since the news of the interviews, royal expert Emily Andrews has tweeted about some claims made in the trailers by Prince Harry. Sharing a video on Twitter for his upcoming interview with 60 Minutes, which airs on CBS, Ms. Andrews wrote, "Prince Harry has some valid points, but he ignores one very obvious, and well-known, source of stories. We've seen a number of photos saying the book's on half-price sale already and it's not even out yet. Clearly, the publishers have paid Prince Harry millions of dollars for a book deal. We'll just have to wait and see whether they make a profit. It's too early to jump to conclusions. People are not going to read the book. When the first sales figures come out, that's when we can truly judge if the book has been a success and whether people are genuinely interested in what Prince Harry has to say." The book's publisher, Penguin Random House, has hailed the intimate and heartfelt work as offering an honest and captivating personal portrait ahead of its release. Harry has vowed to present an accurate and wholly truthful account of his life within the book. Read about Gary Lineker reuniting with his ex-wife over Christmas. Proceeds from the sale of Spare will go towards British charities, according to a website dedicated to the book. Before it officially goes on sale, Harry will appear on ITV on Sunday in an interview with presenter Tom Bradby. In a trailer for the programme, which airs on Sunday, Harry tells the News at 10 anchor that he wants his father and brother back. The Duke also criticizes Buckingham Palace over an alleged failure to protect him and his wife before they stepped back from their duties as senior royals in a separate interview with CBS's Anderson Cooper. Harry also reveals to the U.S. broadcaster that he would not return as a full-time royal. In a series of clips from the Duke's ITV interview, Harry tells presenter Mr. Bradby it never needed to be this way. He also refers to leaking and planting before adding, "I want a family, not an institution." He also says they feel as though it is better to keep us somehow as the villains and have shown absolutely no willingness to reconcile, although it is unclear who he is referring to. Filmed in California, ITV said Harry, the interview will go into unprecedented depth and detail about his life in and outside the royal family. Mr. Bradby, a former royal correspondent, is a friend of the Sussexes and previously interviewed them for a documentary about their 2019 Africa tour. He famously asked Meghan about her mental health during that interview. Meanwhile, Harry tells CBS's Anderson Cooper of the betrayal by Buckingham Palace while speaking on the 60 Minutes program. In a 1-minute extract, Harry says, "Every single time I've tried to do it privately, there have been briefings and leakings and planting of stories against me and my wife. The family motto is never complain, never explain, but it's just a motto. They, Buckingham Palace, will feed or have a conversation with a correspondent, and that correspondent will literally be spoon-fed information and write the story, and at the bottom of it, they will say they have reached out to Buckingham Palace for comment. But the whole story is Buckingham Palace commenting. So when we're being told for the last 6 years, we can't put a statement out to protect you, but you do it for other members of the family, there becomes a point when silence is betrayal. In another, brief clip released later on Monday, when asked whether he could see himself returning as a full-time member of the royal family, Harry said, "No." CBS has described the full interview as revealing and Harry's book as explosive. Express.co.uk has contacted representatives for the Sussexes,